Yes, guys, what is going on? Welcome to episode 12 of the Sorare MLS Road to Glory. Hope you're all doing super well. Let me know in the comment section how you got on this past weekend. As usual, I'll be giving away a couple of cards in the comment section. Please do leave a like as well. And if you are new around here, please do subscribe. As always, we recap what happened last weekend. We're combining MLS and Challenger again until, of course, Challenger is kaput, until it's done for the season, which is a few weeks away. But anyway, we've got bigger fish to fry. We've got MLS streaks to hit, and thankfully we did hit the first streak again last weekend. 392 points, captaincy bang on. I knew Dylan Chambeau was the play this weekend. Max Alvston with a 76 as well, of course on the same team. 4-2 win at home for Columbus, and David Pereira da Costa had a good feeling about him, and just under 15 AA, an assist. Lucky mind, I thought Portland would beat San Jose, honestly. They got beat 4-1, so I was wrong on the result, but thankfully Sorare allow you to kind of redeem yourself in that way. Like, you're not betting on the result there. It's not like, you're placing a bet on them to win the game. You're hoping David da Costa just does something, and of course he did. Sean Johnson, unfortunately, didn't keep the clean sheet. Carlos Hill had other ideas. 18 all-around score, though, is really respectable. And Chizozi, unfortunately, was the letdown. They lost 2-1 to DC. And in that game, one of my other players, in the form of Rafael Navarro, is on fire right now. So he technically was the better play than Alvston. So I was wrong in that sense. Alvston did enough. It was, it was only a 5-point difference. But, in the same sense, it's a good thing when a lot of your players are, performing, even though you're not picking the best ones, as long as the ones you do pick still, perform pretty well. And in Alvston's case, they did. So, 14 points off £4. We didn't hit any cash outside of the streak. So that was first streak hit. On the topic of streaks, Sorare have released the Hot Streak Masters information that we've known about, but we didn't really know the cash prizes and the breakdowns of them. But basically, the limited comp is 15,000 total cash prize, 3,000 for the top, 2,000 for second, 1,000 for the third place. Same in rare, but there's a lot less players in rare. Of course, I do play MLS in rare and I play in super rare. There's no competition for super rare, but in rare there's 27 people or something that's hit it so far, that has the badge, and there's going to be in the comp. That's going to rise. I think the limited's at 100 and something. It might say it in this article, sorry. The competition rules is basically specialist, so you need 2 players below L15 or 50. You can only have 3 players max from the same club, and they all have to be in season, of course. And you only have one lineup. There's no multi-entry, and there is flexible deadlines, which I think is interesting. So you can't get hurt by DMPs. Of course, people on the other side of the world where MLS plays at weird times to Europe and even Asia as well. There might be a bit of some random alarms going off across the Sorare player sphere, but it is what it is. It's for me. I think it's better than having the DMP, right? It's better than eating the DMP. And there is rolling locks or flexible deadline, for the game week before that. So this weekend's game week 78. There is actually an MLS midweek game week 79, which is basically the last weekend to qualify. So if we hit the second streak this weekend, as in if I do, then the midweek, which is game week 79, is our last chance to hit the third streak to get into the Masters. So we've still got a chance to hit it. Like it says there, 2 game weeks left. There we go. 220 have hit it in limited and 29 in rare so far. So it's still all to play for, which I'm buzzing about. We've got our ticket to hit at least the second streak this weekend. Like I said, Navarro smashed, which we didn't. Well, we did play him. We captained him actually in the secondary lineup. Cole Bassett didn't play at all. He was completely out. Have a look at this, by the way. Joaquin Pereira. Didn't play him in my main lineup. 94 points. Absolutely insane. Lucas Engel lets us down again. I think this lineup actually got promoted, so that's in Division 2 now. And then, the in-season Atlanta stack. I mean, at least they didn't lose. They drew 1-1 to Nashville. Miguel Almiron got a goal. I captained him, but the rest of the lineup didn't do too much. Of course, we do mention the Challenger lads in here as well. Not much happened, lads, to be honest. Bart Van Rouge did score really well. I should have paired him, of course, with Lars Unistal. Maxime, as my captain, did okay. Just no decisives, really, in that one. Louis Patrice did get a decisive. Brahimi started on the bench in my main lineup, which was gutting. And Calvin Verdong scored an own goal and still scored 27 AA. So that was just my luck. I bring Calvin Verdong in for 1 week, and of course he scores a flipping own goal. Just unbelievable. And the last lineup completely flopped. So yeah, we'll go again this weekend. I'm so desperate to hit this second streak. I think second streak is the same, isn't it? Like points wise for limited, I think it's 350 again, but I will get $10 this time instead of $5. Well, actually, is that 5 and 5, or is it like a flat $10? So $5 in credit and $5 in cash. That's fine, but it's still the same. 350. Surely we hit 350, and then midweek we have to hit 390 if we end up hitting this weekend's target. So anyway, let's get into some build, and then we'll build Challenger first because we're not as excited about Challenger right now. I'm not doing any spreadsheet content today. I'm in a bit of a rush, to be honest. So yeah, not rushing the video, but I didn't have time to look back on all the floor prices of the Challenger cards. I'm gonna assume most of them are down, but that's just the nature of the in-season stuff and the end-of-season stuff. Anyway, but I am super interested to see what we can build lineup-wise. So 2 home fixtures. The Kaiser's away, but he's playing Willem 2, which is, well, I mean, they're not good. I have a few Willem 2 players, and they're not very good at all. Unistal got a surprise clean sheet last game. Verips is on a bit of a bad streak. Like, look how many low scores there is in his last 5. That is really worrying. They play Leuven at home. Never know. It's a fresh start, maybe. We've got Maxime as a nice little classic card there, I think, at home to Antalyaspor. Koopman has scored really well last week. Got an assist at home to Groningen this week. That looks really nice. We've got the St. Trudens boys, so Lapoussin and Brahimi, but I think Brahimi's dead. I don't think he's going to start anymore. It doesn't look like. It seems like the new manager just doesn't fancy him, which is fine. Verdong's away to Ajax, which is horrible. Van Rouge at home to Utrecht is okay, I guess. And then we'll have El Karauni, on the other side of that. It might be a 20 stack. I think is Kohler back this weekend? He surely is, isn't he? Do we have? We don't have Eredivisie lineups or predictions. Sorry, yeah. I think I'm gonna go with a 20 defensive stack because I have 2 defenders from there, and then it's just who do I pick for my forwards. We've got 2 Van Bergens who plays away to Almere City, which feels okay. It's not terrible, is it? And then obviously Dan Rotz is just completely just rotting as a footballer right now and in my gallery. I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go Unistal, Van Rouge. I'm going to go Maxime as my midfielder. Then I'm going to go, where's he to? I might even play, so I'm going to play Van Hornby because he is expected to play. I'm basically banking on the 20 clean sheet there, right? Playing double defense means I'm all in on a clean sheet. And then, Mitchell Van Bergen basically is the next option. Banza maybe, but he's playing Gala. Like, Gala are a good team. I'm not too happy to do that. Let's go, Maxime captain. And then for our second lineup, this will probably be... I'll probably just have to back the Dender boys at home. Like, I'm not expecting the world, man, but they surely do. They surely do something. Koopman is in as our classic. Sorry, we might even go Van Bergen again. Let's just double up on Van Bergen. We'll play Banzer in our last lineup. Extra place. Let's just go Vlap. Part of me thinks I should play Vlap with with his teammates, but it's fine. He'll be fine. I will just have a look at a couple of the Belgium League predictions just in case I'm missing anything with. Especially the St. Trudens boys. It's Brahimi. See, Brahimi's 30% on, which makes sense. Like, he looks like he's been bombed out a little bit. Lapoussin's on, so is Patrice. So I think I'm going to get Patrice into a lineup. Sorry, what's going on with Dender? Kobe Cool's at 70%. Weird that Cool's on the bench last week. He should start again. Ferrara went off with an injury. Okay, that's not great. Okay, the Kaiser then. We'll go Sofiane El Karauni in here. We'll go De Kais, Michael Lapoussin. And then I think it's Banza, to be honest. I think we'll just go all in season. We'll give Lapoussin the captaincy, just in case. Ever since I bought him, he's been absolutely horrendous. Like, genuinely, I don't think I've had one good score from him. So that's just been my luck entirely with him. I was going to check the Superliga. Okay, we don't have predictions yet. It's a bit early, to be fair, in the week. So I didn't expect to have a ton of predictions to go off. But I think that's what I'll go in with, unless there's any more injury news that come out now in the next day or so. Again, I mean, on paper, my secondary lineup is better than the first one I built, but I'm not too worried about how that looks. Like, Van Hornby, it's basically if 20 keep a clean sheet, we've got half a chance, and if Maxime pops off, like, we've got half a chance there. But they're in Division 2. Like, I'm not too excited about that, honestly. They've got to be in Division 1 for me to get really excited about it. Right, let's have a look at some of the matchups then in MLS. This is our full focus right now. I know Challenger's still ongoing, and no disrespect to Challenger, but this MLS hot streak, at Masters Comp is where my head's at, to be honest. Anyway, MLS matchups for the weekend then. Orlando's at home. We don't have any Orlando players. New York's at home to Montreal. Portland are at home to Kansas. That's a great start for David DaCosta. New York Red Bulls at home to the Galaxy. Nashville at home to Charlotte. That's a bit of a derby. Cincinnati at home, so hopefully Engels has a half-decent match. The Rapids are at home, which is great against the Quakes, but we know San Jose are a good team. Dallas at home, Vancouver at home, Chicago at home, Minnesota at home, but into Miami, which is not easy, is it? Toronto at home to DC, which hopefully is great for Sean John. And Philly at home to the Crew. St. Louis at home to San Diego. St. Louis are rubbish right now. And then we've got Sounders play Houston, and then that is basically the rest of them are the reverse fixtures. No win percentages above 58%. So I can't imagine it's a crazy high scoring week, to be honest. Like, there's no clear favourites. Really, like, Orlando can score goals, but New England Revolution are unbelievable right now. Like, Carlos Heel, I think apparently took them all for like a pasta, they went to a restaurant to have some some Italian food a few weeks ago, and as like a team bonding thing as captain, and ever since they all had their lasagna, things have just flipped, and Carlos Heel's just the best player in the world again, which, normal service has resumed in that sense. Like, Carlos Heel has been a bit of a great on Sorare for a long time, and it seems like he's getting his crown back. But anyway, we do have a few home fixtures there to get stuck into when we're looking to build lineups. Will we buy a few cards? At least one, potentially. Like, there is definitely that element to, at this point now, it's like, if you're on the first, like, this weekend, if you're not on any streak, then you can't get into the Masters Comp. I'm at, like, obviously stage 2. There's going to be people who need to hit stage 3 this weekend. But, like, this is the last weekend to, like, continue a streak. Like, this is it now. It's now or never for me. And so for that reason, I need to do whatever I can. Like, I'm not totally against buying a player, but I don't think we'll need to be honest. First things first then, we need to build out the Atlanta United stack. And that is going to be in Division 2. I do this mistake every time. I always change the filter, and then it doesn't apply again for whatever reason. Anyway, Brad goes down in goal then. We need to go Pedro Amador, Maranchuk. Do we even... Yeah, we can... We'll go Latte Latham Almiron. It's just a rinse and repeat. If you're new and watching this, anything that this lineup wins is basically... Yeah, the other lineup that I'll build in a minute or now is like my lineup for the Road to Glory, and the Atlanta lineup, of course, is, yours, basically. Anyone watching this, if that ever does anything. And I say that, in a way that, I don't know if Atlanta are ever going to win a game again, to be honest. But if they ever do, everything that wins will go to you guys. Anyway, this is the important one then. Sean John in goal against DC United. That's a great start. At home, DC aren't great. I think Benteke is back, mind, which is not ideal. But I think we can be okay. I think Sean John and Toronto should be fine there. Hopefully a clean sheet, if not some nice all-around score. Now, we either go with Chidozie at home to the Quakes. Is home... The underlying scores here show like what he scored at home in the last couple of games or whatever. And, 23 AA and a 2-0 win is fine. Assist, which is pretty lucky. And then in a 1-0 draw, he gets 6 or 7 AA. So, I'll be honest, like, I know I trusted him last week. And in fairness, I mean, he didn't prove me right because Engel did marginally score a bit better, but not to the point where, it made a difference. I think I've got to go Engel. I know I keep falling into this trap of playing him when he's playing left wing back, but like the upside is he could get an assist, from that position. And so like that is my only sort of get out of jail like thought process. Like if he does do that, then there's a nice score there for them. If he keeps a clean sheet, there's still a decent chance he scores okay, but like he just won't get the all-around score. Like he's just given the ball away too many times at left wing back, so it just makes it really tough. Anyway, as far as our midfielders go, David Pereira da Costa is an absolute certainty here at home to Sporting Kansas City. Look, Dylan Chambeau is in incredible form, but away to Philly is not something that, it's not a fixture that I go, wow, like that is where I want to, be playing him. I foresee like a similar game to this, maybe like a 15 all-around score. If he gets a DA, then obviously that's a 75, which is great. I just can't really see it though. He got an assist here away to St. Louis, but St. Louis are whack. Like, they're so bad. So, yeah, David Pereira da Costa gets in easily there. I think forwards, I know they're both on fire right now. But for me, there's one clear answer here, and that is it has to be Navarro. Like, Navarro definitely is peaking a little bit more than Arston is. Arston's away, and you know what I'm like with away fixtures. So I think the Navarro pick is quite safe and obvious. Now, the extra position is where it's going to get a bit tricky for us because, like I said, I'm not sort of in love with that Columbus fixture. I was just going to have a quick look up predictions because, yeah, sometimes there's a few bits that we miss in MLS and injury news and whatever. Like, we don't have rolling locks for this weekend, so yeah, we have to be on it this weekend as far as not getting DMPs. Shambo and Arvston are both nailed, so I wouldn't have to really worry about that unless there's some sort of random training injury that I don't foresee. Chidozi's on, obviously Navarro's on as well. Let's just have a look at David Pereira Costa is fully nailed as long as he doesn't get injured in training. So yeah, we might have to. I mean, I could play Pereira, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I know Inter Miami we know they're a good team. Do I think Minnesota score a couple at home to Miami? I'd like to think they could score one or two, and it's just a case of like, can he get involved in the decisives? At worst, if he doesn't get decisives, like, how does his all-around score look? Does his all-around score beat Chambeau's? That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, a worst case scenario, what's the floor on Pereira? What's the floor on Chambeau as far as their scores are concerned? That's like my bare minimum thinking here. And then I think, okay, well, what's the upside? Like, okay, Pereira's upside is he could easily get a goal or an assist at home to Inter Miami, and that could look like a nice 70 plus easily. Chambeau, could that happen away to Philly? Yeah, it could. But I think I'm asking a bit more from him than I am from Pereira. Like, we've just seen Pereira score. Well, they've both just scored incredibly well. 94, 86. Like, insanely good. But you know what I'm like with the away fixtures. So I think I'm going to have to go Pereira for now. I don't think I'm going to change it. I might, but we'll see. And I think I'm going to captain Navarro. Genuinely, I fancy Navarro to get a couple of decisives there. And we know he can get good all-around score. Like, as a forward, as a number 9, getting 22 all-around score, that is insane. Like, genuinely really good. No double-double. Like, honestly, ridiculous. The one thing I am probably going to do, let me see what my second team looks like. The one with Fry in goal. So, Fry's away to Houston. Okay. Then we go Chidozi. We go Shambo, Arston, and I guess we could go Bassett and risk him, but I'm just going to go this Daniel Mooney guy, whatever his name is. We'll give Shambo the captaincy there. I'm not this is not like streakable. I can't hit the streak with this, which is fine. But the only thing I was thinking about then, well, two things actually. How much, or how many, how much, I don't know what I'm on about there. How much XP do we have? We have 1,000, just under 1,600 in limited. I'm just going to see if any of the cards that I am looking to play in MLS this weekend. Okay, so I could bump Engel up. I'm definitely bumping David Pereira Costa up. That is a given. Anyone else really? No one. Well, Engel, David Pereira Costa. Do I have anyone else on this page? I don't think I do. It's all my challenger stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to do those two. Like, that's an extra 1% on both. The other thing I didn't mean to do Verdonk. That's not right. I don't know what's happened there. I'm going to do Shambo because why wouldn't I? The other thing I'm really contemplating, to be honest, is can I pinch some collection scores from, maybe buy a couple more Colorado players, for example, and bump Navarro up, because I currently only have 1% collection on him, and I only need one more player. So I'm definitely buying a Colorado player right now. I'm buying the cheapest one I can find. I'm just buying Jackson Travis. So that is an extra 1% there on Navarro, which is great, and on Bassett and Chidozi actually. But for this weekend, obviously Navarro's our main man. Pereira, I don't think we've got anyone from Minnesota outside of Pereira. Yeah, we don't have any collection bonus. So let's do that. Let's just buy one Minnesota player, 44 pence. Yeah, let's buy Sang. I actually like Sangbing. He's a good player. And that's an extra 1% on our boy Pereira, which is, not to be sniffed at. We'll take that all day long. Right, hopefully the little one brings me some luck this weekend. Lads, I wish you all the best. Leave a comment below. Let me know your Sorare gallery name. I'll give away a couple of cards as usual in the comment section. I am praying that we hit the second hot streak.